good evening there. Well, we had a busy Saturday storm chasing all over Canterbury. In fact, a lot of people were out there storm chasing and got many incredible photos and video footage. There were even videos from other parts of the country with waterspouts, I believe up near Auckland, and then there was one on Westport as well. So plenty going on, and Stephen Burrows runs the Stormchasers group page on Facebook there. He's been very busy moderating and accepting people and looking at photos and things like that of all the stuff coming through. So if you want to check out all the footage, photos that happened over the weekend, please go to the New Zealand Stormchasers group page on Facebook, and you can see a lot there. Okay, me and Mike Stewart, we went chasing on Saturday. We started out around the sort of like mid-Canterbury, Selwyn area, early afternoon, and there was a thunderstorm that brewed up. It was reasonably active, looked quite good, there was some lightning. But me and Mike, we were sort of having a hunch that maybe this is just the entree of things to come. We did follow that storm through to about nearly Leeston. Nearly that sort of area. We didn't get as far as Leeston, but that sort of area. And then I had a hunch. I was like, nah, the storm's going to dissipate and move away, which it did. It moved eastwards offshore, but I was keeping an eye on a cell which was near Timaru, wondering and looking at it, on the weather radars and thinking that had a lot of strength to it, and let's do the bolt and head down that way. Okay, we did that, and we encountered this storm around Hines, just inland from Hines. It had moved northwards a little bit by that point, and that is underneath it there. Excuse the dust spots on the lens of this. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do with these images, but it'll have to suffice for now. Okay, that was us under the mesocyclone of this storm. I've actually got a whole series of photos of this particular sequence, and if you stitch them all together, you can see the storm rotating. It's quite interesting. Basically, it's feeding in like that and then rotating. You can see that, can't you? We almost, in a way, saw the beginnings of what could have been a funnel. Nothing really funnily happened. That almost sounds like a pun. But yeah, it almost had the characteristics that it almost wanted to do a funnel or something like that. There were big lightning bolts shooting out around us at this point in time, but we didn't get any. Well, I didn't get any on camera, like on my big SLR camera. Digital SLR camera. I've still got a Canon 5D Mark II. It's getting a little bit old now, but it still works good. It takes really good photos. Just got to clean up the dust spots on the lens. But yeah, here we were under the mesocyclone, and it was getting a little bit scary at one point, because with the lightning shooting off around you, you're thinking, shit, I don't want to get struck. Maybe that's the way I'll go out eventually. I hope not. But yeah, that was that. And the next photo there. We moved a little bit further northwards at this time. The storm had moved a little bit further northwards, and I got this nice photo of some cloud-to-ground lightning. That's a CG. That's the acronym. Quite impressed with that photo. Really clear. You can see the lightning, all the detail, and all the little leaders there. And then another one in a similar spot. Lightning bolt not as impressive in some respects, but still pretty cool there. Very good. Gee, I've got to clean up these dust spots on this lens. It's horrendous. I think I might have to actually take it to there's some dudes in town that can clean up lenses and the inside of your camera on the CCD. I think that could be part of my problem. It's on the CCD itself. I'll get that attended to at some point soon. And then I left Mike Stewart actually I'll go back a little further. When I saw that lightning, that stuff there. Just before that, we were involved in some hail. Hailstones are about 1 to 2 centimetres in size. Some possibly even got as big as 3 centimetres, but the 3 centimetre ones, they were sort of soft around the edges, if that makes any sense, and they didn't really damage your car, but it was getting close to that sort of point. I did see some incredible footage of hail and photos around Cave. That was when the storm sort of, initiated around that area. Massive hail drifts, heaps of hail. Okay, let's move forward, because I left Mike Stewart. I dropped him back into Rolleston, that's where he lives, and I'm further north. So I went further north, and I thought, as the line continued, I wonder if anything else would fire, and it did. This was near Lowburn, and it looked quite impressive. The storm wasn't as vicious, but because, you know, the evening was coming on, and you can see the sun, you know, the sunset sort of there in the background. Actually, I mean, if I spin around, it might look a bit better. Um, Even though the storm wasn't as severe, it looked quite impressive. The few lightning shots I did get, in fact, this one, spin around again, it actually jutted way out here and it landed as a cloud to ground lightning shot, you know, CG, but it was way out of the frame. You can't get it all, you can't win all the time, but it would have been really impressive if I got that bit, but I didn't. So there you go. And then there was another shot there, a nice leader. Didn't really have any of the big, you know, forked bits, but that's how it goes sometimes. Quite impressive nonetheless. And that was about it. I did get a few other lightning shots there, but you can go and see those on the New Zealand Stormchasers page. I've also shared that to the group page. Lots of pages. The group page is very good because a lot of members of the public, you know, you guys can interact and post your stuff and show what you got. And whereas the Stormchasers page, the original one which I created, that's more just stuff where I post my adventures and what I get up to, and you're more than welcome to reply under those with what you've got. And then the group page hooks off that. So there you go. There we go. So let's look at the weather coming up, because that's what I do these videos for mainly. Monday, this is today. This was this afternoon. Okay, we've got a low pressure system there in the Tasman Sea. It's quite wound up, isn't it? Almost looking like it's turning into a little bloody cyclone. Not quite there, but something like that. A lot of cold air upstairs feeding that. And there is some rain that is headed into the North Island today, especially this northeastern side. Now, in this image, which was a bit earlier on, because this video will likely come out this evening, there may be some instability about Northland. It's a bit of a confluence of, you know, surface moisture, temperature, winds, and a little bit of cooling in the upper atmosphere, but not very much cooling because it's actually, yeah, it's more the moisture at the surface which is causing that instability. But, sort of about a third of the way up, there is a bit of an inversion and it's capping things. So I don't actually know if anything would have got going there in the end. It may have. If it does, it could explode quite viciously and you get downpours of lightning and thunder. But I don't know if it will kick off or not. It may do. Okay. South Island, you're looking pretty dry today. Let's go to Tuesday, 30th of December, tomorrow. Right, that is into the future. Low pressure system is unwinding a little bit, not as deep, still pretty deep, 981. Got an easterly quarter airflow basically moving into New Zealand like that, a lot of wet weather. There is a chance of thunderstorms. It's mainly here, sort of around Taranaki, that sort of area. Maybe these showers up here for Northland as well, there is a chance too. The risk isn't as high, but maybe something up here. The South Island, you're just in for sort of like run-of-the-mill rain. Some nice heavy rain here, top of the South Island as well. Dry down here. And Fiordland, you're the best spot to be. And Gisborne, Hawke's Bay, not too bad as well. Now, New Year's Eve, that low pressure system is unwinding a little bit further. So that means the weather is becoming less dramatic in a way. Rain's starting to clear up in these eastern areas, which is good for the New Year's Eve revelers. Rhythm and vines, whatever you guys do up there at Gisborne. You may be actually in for a dry one. Could be a bit wet underfoot though. But yeah, that's good. In the west, a little bit more wet weather. Here in the southwest, not too bad. Still might be a bit cloudyish here in the east, even though the rain's cleared away. It could be a little bit sort of cloudy. Won't be like blisteringly hot or anything like that. Now there is a chance of thunderstorms. Once again, it's the southeastern corner, perhaps a little bit more widespread, so the Taranaki area, but perhaps also the Kapiti sort of area, inland from Wellington, something like that, maybe. And then up here for Northland, there is a little bit of a front which is going to sort of flick through into the evening and overnight. Now that front, there is sort of instability associated with it, so yeah, there could be something here for Northland in the afternoon thunderstorm-wise. I'll go to the evening, well, overnight, 1 AM in the morning, because now we're into 2026, and I've actually got the dates right this time. Couldn't get that wrong. In the east there, as you can see, it is dry, so very good for you guys. Twisted frequencies up there. Maybe you'll be a little bit wet and need a raincoat. Gisborne, rhythm and vines, not too bad. Now, there is a chance of maybe an isolated heavy shower or two, maybe some thunderstorms. It's in this line here. And you can see a few showers there moving through Auckland. It's not to say it definitely will happen, but it could. Showers, heavy showers, they're more likely just offshore. Generally speaking, when they hit the land, because the land cools down at night, it sort of destabilizes any clouds and they, you know, the showers, the energy drops out of it. But sometimes those showers, as they move on land, you know, there's still got enough energy there and they can deliver something heavy. Something to watch. If it happens, it'll be very isolated. It'll be more dry than wet. But if you do get a shower, it could be heavy. Okay, New Year's Day, 4 p.m. in the afternoon. A chance of thunderstorms does exist. It's more here for central Otago and up into the Mackenzie country. That is where you've got a chance of thunderstorms. But see these showers, see how they're conforming to the shape of the South Island? That sort of indicates there is instability there. But the main chance is, yeah, central Otago up into the Mackenzie country. It's not like major. There is some nice cold air offshore there, and it's encroaching a little bit onto the South Island. I think that's what's influencing those showers to sort of spring up. That and, the heating of the land, we're, well into summer now. And that's what's generating those showers. If that there was over here, there would be hell to pay. But at this stage, it's staying offshore. Central Otago up into the Mackenzie country may be something for you. I think most will start the day off fairly dry. But also up here for the Bay of Plenty, inland, there is a chance of thunderstorms up there too. Then on Friday the 2nd, okay, cold air is mostly offshore there. I'd say there'll be thunderstorms out there in the Tasman Sea, but not for us. South Island, bit of a cool day here in the east. We've just got a south to southwesterly airflow. There is some instability there. It's about the top of the South Island, sort of inland from Nelson Lakes area. Maybe some instability there, chances of some thunder in the afternoon. Then in this sort of frontal band here, the Bay of Plenty once again, maybe a chance of thunderstorms for you guys. And I think that's about it. Oh no, we got to Saturday. We got another day. This is the last day. Okay, there is some instability. It's up here, this northwestern corner of the South Island, and then perhaps here in the west for the North Island. It's not like high instability, but that's your chances for something thundery happening. But yeah, some nice rain there for Hawke's Bay and Gisborne, perhaps some heaviest rain. Actually, where on earth is that rain coming from? Oh yeah, sort of this low here. And that cold air, cold upper air coming over, that combining. Yeah, here's some heavy rain. It's always interesting to see how the systems unfold and how the heavy rain actually comes about. But not really any thunder with that rain, I don't think. It's sort of like too cloudy, too wet on the ground. But yeah, out there in the west, maybe something. Maybe something. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. Okay, apologies this video is a day late. I had a lot of photos to review, look over. It's been a busy weekend in terms of thunderstorms. We'll try and do something next weekend, although I may actually be away. So it could be the weekend after that. Yep, I think we're going to skip next weekend. The weekend after that, we'll catch you in the new year. See ya.